So I got 3 bags, and before I went to my appointment, I cleared the entire fridge out. No food in the freezer because I was like, "I don't have time. I had to get to the appointment and this and meet the contractors," and it's just like,
There's so much behind the scenes that people don't see because we don't go posting it to social media or telling everybody we run into.
what social media doesn't show you, there's so much to it, and we are never the ones that want to make it look like it's easy because it's not. I feel like what's important is, like, we wanna be able to inspire other people to know that, like, A, it's not easy, but B, it's doable.
Yeah, so right now, it's rough in my business. Now, my business is going well, but with a business, there's always ups and downs.
I figured we're gonna pull back the curtains a little bit, and we'll talk about the chaos in real life and stressors, and as the dogs are barking in the background and the kids are coming home and eating, and we're trying to fit it all in. Welcome to Holistic Dose. We've been through the plot twists, divorce, parenting, burnout, reinvention, and now we're doing midlife with way more honesty and way less BS. Think of us as your unfiltered friends, here to remind you that you're not too late, too old, or too far behind. I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Jeanette.
So, Jeanette, today is a special day. Do you realize how many episodes we've recorded so far?
No, I don't.
This is number 25.
Oh, woohoo. Why do I
Yeah,
feel like it's been like 100?
I know. Yeah, we've come a long way, but figured, more perfect time than to create this little new series that we're going to call What Social Media Doesn't Show You. I know that a lot of our followers, they're rebuilding their lives. As you know, from your clients in divorce, they're starting all new journeys, and there's entrepreneurs and there's parents and of all sorts. And I think at least I've heard from a lot of my friends who are entrepreneurs and trying to do it all, they're like, "Oh, we want you to talk about how do you guys do it all?" And Jeanette runs a really successful business.
Yeah, there's so much behind the scenes that people don't see because we don't go posting it to social media or telling everybody we run into.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so it's like what social media doesn't show you, there's so much to it, and
Yeah.
we are never the ones that want to make it look like it's easy because it's not. But we also
No.
I feel like what's important is, like, we wanna be able to inspire other people to know that, like, A, it's not easy, but B, it's doable, and just kinda talk through some
Mhm.
of the things that's just kinda going on in our real life now, and hopefully this will be something that's people can see and feel supported by on their journeys
Mhm.
to know that we really just don't have it all together.
Yeah.
So I figured we're gonna pull back the curtains a little bit, and we'll talk about the chaos in real life and
There's so
stressors
much
and
chaos.
so much chaos as the dogs are barking in the
Uh-huh.
background and the kids are coming home and eating, and we're trying to fit it all in.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely.
I would say, yeah, I feel like we can make this a recurring series and talk about what are some of the things that you and I are both dealing with now that we're not posting on social media and some of our stressors. Do you want to go first?
Absolutely.
You want me to
Sure,
go?
I will go first.
Go
Let's see, is this
first.
like a therapy session? Maybe I
Yes.
need to reach out to a therapist since I don't have any fucking time to go.
I know. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so right now it's rough, but it's
Well, tell us
fine,
why it's
right?
rough.
Yeah, so it's rough in my business. Now, my business is going well, but with a business, there's always ups and downs. And I very much relate to that visual that I know everybody has seen with
Mhm.
success and what people think success looks
Right.
like. And it's that like nice, straight, that diagonal line
Mhm.
going towards success. What it really looks like. And there's this big ass scribble in the middle.
Yep.
And that's reality, whether it's building a business, losing weight. Think about like, when we track our weight and then it like
Mhm.
jumps up and down, and nothing worth it is ever easy. Same thing with
Absolutely.
going through divorce. Like you're going to feel like you've been, put through the washing machine. Like it's crazy, right? Everything that is worth it is effort and is going to have hard times. And so with building a business, everybody that I know who is an entrepreneur has said there are times they've just wanted to throw in the towel. And,
Mhm.
you really do have to have that grit and determination. And yeah, right now, I mean, the biggest challenge I have had since I started my business, I think it's been about 4 years now, which is like,
Mhm.
wow,
I
is
remember we were on that trip in Florida when you were like, realized that you were gonna go and start your own firm. I
yeah,
was
I
like,
was like, I
"Wow."
got to do this. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, and the biggest issue I've had. I thought the hardest thing was going to be bringing in clients because when I did it before, that's what I really struggled with. It is not. It is hiring attorneys. That
Yes.
has been so hard. I am thankful, like, I have an amazing team. Really hiring all around is hard for at least family law firms right now.
Mhm.
I have been lucky to find amazing paralegals and other amazing support staff. But, I'm learning so much, especially because my firm is a different type of firm. I'm realizing that the skills that are needed for the type of service we want to provide are different than
Mhm.
for a litigation family law firm, right? And so I'm learning a lot. There's a shortage of family law attorneys. It is an exceptionally stressful job.
Yeah.
And there are plenty of new graduates who are willing to learn, but
Mhm.
I
If
want
you had more
someone.
people working with you, then that could easily onboard them and teach them, but you're like a one-man
Exactly.
show.
Exactly,
Mhm.
like, I need someone experienced, and a lot of experienced family lawyers are leaving family law. So, yeah, that's a struggle, and so I've had 2 attorneys who left the firm, neither were, like, really planned ahead and, kind of surprising, and,
Mhm.
so, I'm just having to pivot, and I'm making sure that all clients are taken care of, but that's a lot of focus. I'm basically my life right now is work and then sleep, and I'm thankful that I have a partner who, like, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, he's figuring out dinner, whether it's he cooks
Yeah.
or it's takeout. It's just like, I don't have time. I don't have the mental energy, the physical energy. The kids have been great, like Logan, especially because he's
They're understanding.
yeah, like, Jeff is the one who puts the time into parenting his own kids, but Logan, I mean, he's been willing to get rides from friends and Uber, now there's Teen Uber, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's a lot, and it's been stressful, and right now, there's not an immediate end in sight, but it's alright, I'm figuring it out.
There's so many challenges, and yeah, and you mentioned Teen Uber, like, I'm in the process of renovating this spa, La Mi Vida in Midtown, and we had to fire the interior designer because
Oh.
we just weren't getting what we needed there, and I was pretty much handling the design, and, people look and I post a couple of social media posts about what all I'm working on, and it looks so glamorous and fun, but they're not
Mhm.
seeing that specifically this week and last week, I was in there many days, like, hauling trash from the old
Mhm.
space and then, like, sweating my ass off all day, you know, and you gotta do what it takes. And
Yeah.
then it's like, "Oh, we post about it on social media, and it looks great," and I'm, like, barely able to, like, grab food on the way. What I've been leaning
Yeah.
into is, like, smoothies. I just quickly order on the app, and I pick one up in the route, and I just grab it and make sure I'm having nutrients and protein and things like
Mhm.
that, or those protein boxes from Starbucks. I rely on those a lot too. I think you do too.
Yeah,
But
I do.
it's not easy, and I don't ever want anybody to feel like, "Oh my god, like, look, they have it all together," because if you want something bad enough, you will go after it, and
Yes.
I know that you said that, like, Logan has a lot of his practices and stuff, but I'm so, like, shocked or, like, enamored by you that you still keep your social media going, like,
Well, I don't so,
but you
see that
even do it in the car, like, at his practices and
I
stuff.
will do it in the car, but, here's something else, like, I have not been posting to my business social media. I've been posting to my personal TikTok, which
Yes.
I can see how people would see that and think, "Oh, like, she's."
She's living it up, but
Yeah,
also
no.
that's a way for you to check out
It's an
mentally too.
escape. That is the reason
Yes.
I'm doing it. I am like, "I'm gonna microneedle my face. I don't have time to go do anything, but I'm gonna take 15 minutes and I'm just gonna do a stupid video and
Yeah.
put it on TikTok," and it really is just kinda like the one thing. It doesn't take so much time that I'm able to mentally check out and I enjoy it. But yeah, it's not because I have my shit together and really have time to be worrying about skincare. It's just to keep myself mentally together, I have to have some type of escape.
Yeah, I agree. I'm the same way, and I have so many people asking me like, "Oh, well, you're working all the time doing this stuff," and yeah, I love it. I love every minute of it, but I also know that, yeah, people can look at it and be like, "Wow, things are so great," and it's just
Nothing comes easy. Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing comes easy. And even
Mm-mm.
just still with us hitting 25 episodes, and I know it sounds like you felt like we've been doing it forever, but so many people quit, and it's
Yeah.
even very early on because you don't see the reward, you don't
Mhm.
see the engagement, and what people don't realize, I think on the other side is, you know what, it's rewarding for me when I hear people that I've met when we've been out at events and they're like, oh, I've been watching, I've been listening. And I'm like, I would never know because
Yeah.
you've never told me, you don't comment, you don't like, which is fine. I know that we're reaching people, but because of that, it's like, should I really keep going? And
Mhm.
amongst you being down an attorney and me juggling this renovation and a ton of other brand designs, we're like, no, we got to keep it going.
Yeah.
Even if it means we're scheduling and doing these more quick 30 minutes because this is something that we've committed to and
Exactly.
you just figure it out,
And the
squeeze it in.
consistency matters. I think that's something that's so
Mm-hmm.
important too, is you're not going to be successful if you just have little spurts where you're doing
Right.
something and then you stop. You just have to, and this is kind of silly, but like my TikTok growth. Like, so I
Yeah.
have the one TikTok account that grew to over 40,000, which isn't gigantic. A lot of people are bigger than that.
It's still really good.
But yeah, I mean, it's significant. But the biggest thing in growing that was for 3 years, no matter what, I posted every day.
And you
And,
did lives and stuff like that too.
yes. And it
Mhm.
was so important to be consistent. And same with this, same with, things that we're not seeing immediate rewards
Yep.
or
Mhm.
results. It's like the weight loss too, right?
Yes.
Like you get frustrated, you stall, and the most important thing is being consistent and eventually things are going to be going in that right direction.
And it's the same too, with the perimenopause meds, with any of the new treatments, you gotta give it
Yeah.
time, and that just takes a whole
Nothing is quick either. I see
mm-mm.
that that's one of my frustrations with, like, the GLP-1 groups
Yes.
and on social media and stuff. People are just constantly frustrated because they're like, "I've been on this for 3 weeks and I've only lost 7 pounds," and it's like, I think that just society as a
Mhm.
whole, we are so focused on instant gratification,
Mhm.
and very few things really work that way,
Yeah.
right?
And I
And
always
so we
tell
get
people, I'm
so
like,
frustrated.
when was the last time you've lost that amount of pounds ever and kept it off and kept losing
Mhm.
more? I mean, I think the most I've ever lost was like 5 pounds in a quick, short amount of time. And then I
Mhm.
just ate one small thing and it was
And
boom,
it comes right back, yeah.
so fast. So
Yes.
there's just, I think, trying to think some other things that have been going on. I mean, it's just crazy, just things with the house, things with
Mm.
everything, and just silly things. And I just have to like laugh about it. Like my ice maker has been broken for like it over froze for like a couple months ago because the door was cracked open. So the thing filled with ice and the thing couldn't crank. And I know that you came over that one day to record the podcast and you went to get ice. And I was like,
Don't touch
uh,
it. I was
don't
like,
touch
"What do
it.
you mean?"
'Cause then it starts cranking,
Yeah.
and I was like, "We gotta record." So I was banging on it, and it happened again the other day. I was leaving the house to go to my PT appointment to finally get cleared of my vertigo because I was dealing with that too, and the button switched to the ice, and then it started cranking, and I was like, "Oh my god." So for in half an hour, I started banging on that. It was like 7:30 AM, and neighbors were probably like, "What the actual hell?" And, like, I'm like, "This is just ridiculous." And then I was like, well, I gotta defrost the ice at some point. The only way, and the fridge was too heavy. I couldn't pull it back just to unplug it. So I was like, okay, screw it. I'm gonna leave the door open all day and I shut the beeping thing off, but it's been cranking and it's probably gonna burn the motor, but at this point, whatever. And then I was like, actually, I need to like empty out all the food because it's like sorbet and then bags of chicken. Because you know why? The day before, I forgot to throw out the trash or take it out with me when I left. And I had emptied out the fridge of all these groceries that I think I'm going to cook and eat. But because I'm so stressed, I don't have time to cook it. I'm buying a pack of ground beef thinking I'm going to make tacos. And before you know it,
I
there's like,
throw away an unbelievable amount of food.
me
I have
too.
such good intentions, and then I
Mm-hmm.
feel so guilty.
Yeah.
So, okay, so this is dumb, but I felt real guilt. For 2 weeks in a row, I've told myself I was going to make cube steak. For some reason, like, I've just been, like, wanting cube steak, and I bought it 1 week, and it went bad in the fridge.
Yep.
And so
Well,
then I
also
was like,
it's going bad, like, faster too.
yeah, yeah. And so then I bought it again because I was like, I have the other ingredients I wanted. And I was like, I'm really going to do it this week. And then like 3 days go by after I got the meat and I'm like, it's going to go bad. And so I was like, okay, I could go make it. I don't have time. I'm tired. Or I could just throw it away. And I chose to throw it away because I'm like, I have to give myself grace. Like, I need to not push myself too much and feel
Mhm.
like I have to be everything to everyone and do all the
Absolutely.
things, and, like, bottom line is, like, it's wasteful, that's unfortunate, but it's not like my finances are gonna fall apart if I throw away a package of cube steak.
So I can't tell you how many times that's happened with me with the ground beef. So that's what happened. And I remember
Mhm.
thinking to myself, I was like, okay, I got to try to clean up at night. And now, like, my condo is a disaster. I'm just going to be real. And like, we've been doing these pre launch parties for Lumi Vita and shipping all this stuff, like the easels and the swag to my house and like cardboard
It's
boxes
all
from
over the
Amazon
place.
all over the place. So that evening, the other day, I was like, okay, I'm going to pull some stuff out of and throw it in the trash, and I was going to take it out. And I remember thinking to myself, God, this would be really awful if I didn't throw this out, and Leo, my dog,
Oh, no.
would go eat it. So that's what happened. I forgot. So the day before the freezer thing happened was Gabby got home from school and she sends me a picture and she's like, "Oh my God, mommy."
There goes
And
my
I was like,
dog.
yeah, your dog's barking. Mine was too. And then I was like, "Oh my god, I literally just threw out, like, 2 weeks old raw ground beef." Oh my god, and I said, "Gabby, search." And she sent me a
Oh,
picture,
no.
and then I'm like, "No, I need to see, Gabby." She's like, "I found a piece of styrofoam." I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh
no.
god, that's his tray." Yeah, he ate some, but not that much, and then he had, like, a taco from Taco
Is that my
Bell.
house? Yeah, I think I just heard newbie. Yeah, see, chaos.
Yeah, chaos. Exactly. So he ate a taco from Taco Bell, and, like, I called the vet immediately, and I was like,
Taco
"Oh
Bell.
my god."
I like that as we're talking about the dogs eating raw meat, our
Yeah.
dogs are going nuts.
Yeah,
Yep.
so my mind went to, "Okay, well, I messed up there," and then the next day comes with the freezer, and I was like, "Well, I can't just leave the door cracked open with food in there, and I don't he's gonna get in the chicken and
Yeah.
everything." So I got 3 bags, and before I went to my appointment, I cleared the entire fridge out. No food in the freezer because I was like, "I don't have time. I had to get to the
Yeah.
appointment and this and meet the contractors," and it's just like, "Oh, well, there was another pack," and I think I had 2 more
Mhm.
packs of frozen in the freezer too
Yep.
from times before when I thought I was gonna make it.
Yeah, we have an entire giant freezer in our garage full of food that we forget about.
Uh-huh.
And, every once in a while, I'm like, "Jeff, we really should, like, make an inventory of what we have before we buy groceries," but then we don't. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever. So
Yeah.
another stressor that I thought
Mhm.
of as all the dogs are barking is I thought it was a brilliant idea to keep adopting animals. And so now we have 5. And people are like, "Oh, pets are expensive." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, whatever." Well,
Mhm.
they all need dentals now.
Oh, I
And
Leo just got his teeth cleaned, like, 2
yeah, and
Fridays
how much
ago.
did you pay for it? It's like $1,000.
Yeah.
So I'm like, $5,000 to
Mhm.
get all of
And, well,
our animals'
that's
teeth cleaned?
actually probably the low. They're gonna give you a range, and then when
Yeah,
they actually go to do it, then they're gonna tell you what they need based on the amount of extractions, and he's
exactly.
a small dog. You have some medium and larger
Yeah,
ones,
we have
so
2 big dog yeah, so it's
mhm.
like one thing after another.
Yes, it's so many things, and just when you think you kinda have it all, then it's like, "Oh, and another thing."
Yeah,
I
like, when
think
I got shingles a few weeks ago.
oh my
It was
gosh,
like,
yeah.
really? Like, out of, all the things, now I have shingles, which you're not even supposed to get until you're, like, in your 50s.
Uh-huh, exactly. It's so many things, but I think the biggest thing is, like, give yourself grace and
Mhm.
know that not just us, but other people that you see, either they have huge teams of people that are doing things for them or they're kind of barely holding it together, but that doesn't mean that you should stop.
Yeah,
Like, keep
absolutely.
going and, it's worth it to stick it out.
And I think this is something that maybe in our last episode we talked about a little bit, the importance of pausing and looking at how far you've come.
Yeah.
Because when you get into the day-to-day stressors, it's like you just focus on that
Mhm.
and
And the
don't
next.
look at the big picture. And so, I was thinking about that, I think just yesterday when I was like, "Oh my god, I have all these clients that I'm needing to handle myself right now." But then I'm like, "But wow, I have all these clients." Like, that's also incredible. And I have an amazing contract attorney that, anytime I need help, I contact this person. So, I got people in place and it's like, this is actually like a blessing. Like, I have this problem, right?
Mhm,
Because the
mhm.
opposite would be like, I don't have enough work and how am I going to pay my bills?
Yeah, it's a lot, and I think what also is important is to reaching out to friends or family members if there's areas you can get help in, but if
Yeah.
not, then sometimes I just to, like, kinda like to retract and you just let people know, like, "I'll get back to you," and people have gotten so accustomed to me getting back to them all the time that when I don't now, like, lately, they're like, "Oh my god, is everything okay? Like, I normally hear
Yeah.
back from you." I'm like, "Yes, I'm, like, literally just drowning right now, and
Mhm.
I'll get back to you, and maybe this isn't the right time to explore this," and I think it's fine to shift things around and
Yeah.
figure out what matters.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there have been things that I was planning within my business, like, different services and things I was going to launch, and they're on a back burner now because they have to be, right?
Mhm,
I have to make sure that clients are taken care of. That's number one priority is customer service, and we're going to get it done. And,
mhm.
other stuff, including some personal stuff too. Like, it's just going to go on the back burner,
Yeah.
and you got to focus on what matters most.
Yeah, and I think this is important too as we come and we start to approach, like, we're in the fall now and we're getting, we're gonna start before you know it, the holidays are gonna be here. It's gonna be expectations. It's gonna be like, client gifts or parties
Hmm.
or gatherings and family members that want you to come and, you're maxed or you're stressed. I'll give you an example. I had talked to you about mimicking Amanda's trip that she just
Yeah.
was with her daughter in New York. And I told Gabby, I'm like, "Oh, you actually don't have school next week for those 2 days that we thought, that she has stuff with band on the weekend. Do you wanna take this impromptu trip to New York?" And first she was like, "Yeah." And then I love she thought about it, and then, like, a day or 2 later, she got back to me and she was like, "Actually, mommy, can we just stay home?" She's like, "I have so much with 3 days full of band performances, I just wanna,
Hmm.
like, hang." And at first I was like, "Oh, bummer, I'm missing on an opportunity because I have this pressure to feel like, oh my god, now I wanted to take her on all these trips." She's, like, a sophomore in, high school. But I was like, "No, because 'cause we're gonna do
Yeah.
quality time at home, and I truly is not a good time for me to go away because we're gonna go in Vegas the week after that."
Hmm.
Anyhow, so and it's fine
Yeah.
because she's just totally happy with it because she's the one who suggested it. So I'm like, "Okay, no problem."
Yeah.
So I think, for closing out here too, if we can allow our listeners to reflect on, like, what are some of the things that are weighing heavily on you, and try to release yourself from some of that guilt and the expectations, and don't try to look at everybody else thinking they have it all together, and we're here to show you that we really, really don't. I'm gonna make
Yeah.
a better list of some of the other areas that we're getting tripped up in, but we're pulling it together. It means just like I said, grabbing quick meals or getting creative with the way we spend our time. Even if it means just a quick, like if you can't get together with friends, you can just do a quick FaceTime or letting people know that you need time.
Mhm.
So today's episode reminded you that it's okay, that you can be in the thick of it and, feel like you don't have anybody to support you. We're here to support you, and we hopefully help you feel a little bit more seen. And make sure you keep listening and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts, and follow us on social media at A Holistic Dose on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. For more fun, join us online at aholisticdose.com. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back next week with more unfiltered friend talk right here on A Holistic Dose.
Goodbye.
Bye.